We've already taken you to the Alcazaba, and now we climb higher, up to the fortress that stood guard over all of Malaga. Hi, we're Gary and Missy, two full-time travelers exploring the world 1 month at a time. Today, we visit the impressive Gibralfaro Castle. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to listen for the secret word and put your guess in the comments. To get there, you have two options. The easiest is by bus. From the Alcazaba exit, you walk 4 minutes to the bus station on Paseo del Parque, where you catch the 35 bus to Gibralfaro. It takes just under 25 minutes. We decided to take the walking path, which takes less than 20 minutes and gives you spectacular views. Be warned, it's a challenging walk, rising about 450 feet, and it can be quite painful if you have a rock in your shoe. Are you ready? Off we go! This walkway is called Camino de la Coracha, in tribute to the original fortified corridor, La Coracha, which linked Alcazaba to Gibralfaro. Unfortunately, the original La Coracha is no longer accessible to the public. These views are simply amazing, and keep getting better the higher you go. Be sure to take a break at the Mirador de la Coracha. In addition to enjoying the panoramic scenery, it's the perfect place to stop and catch your breath. As we continue our walk, we would really appreciate it if you would take just a second to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps our little channel grow. As we complete our climb, here's some advice. Save money by buying the combo ticket. It costs 7 euros each to visit Gibralfaro and Alcazaba. The combo ticket is 10 and good for 48 hours. Visit both in the early morning on different days. We did Alcazaba in the morning and Gibralfaro in the same afternoon, and the castle was quite crowded, and it was tough to film without people around. As you enter Gibralfaro, the museum is immediately on the left and the Homage Tower on the right. We saved the museum until the end and made our way up the steps. The Homage Tower is an autonomous, heavily fortified tower equipped with its own water supply, food rations, and living quarters. This allowed it to hold out even if the rest of the castle was lost. Have you picked up on the secret word? If you think you have, put your guess in the comments. From here, look for this passageway in the corner. It leads to these steps, and though they're a bit tight and windy, it's a fun way to reach the Barbican. Barbican is a protective wall that rings the entire castle. While originally used for defense, providing sight lines to look for and attack invaders, today it provides stunning views of Malaga from every angle. It's worth taking the time to walk the entire thing. The defenses at this site date back to 770 BC, based on the findings of both Roman and Phoenician artifacts. The structure as it stands today was built in the 10th century with major expansion in the early 14th. It was built to protect both the Alcazaba and the city of Malaga below. Muslims held on to Gibraltar for 147 years, until in 1487 it finally fell to the Christian forces of King Ferdinand. Sources vary, but the siege is believed to have lasted between 3 and 6 months, and the castle was never actually taken by force. Despite deploying 70 to 80,000 troops against 15,000 Muslim defenders, Ferdinand couldn't break through. Instead, after months of a blockade that cut off all supplies, Governor Hamet el-Zegri surrendered to prevent his people from starving. Gibraltar was the last major stronghold in Andalusia, and its loss ended over 700 years of Muslim rule. As we climb these steps, we finish our circumnavigation of the Barbican where we started, the Homage Tower. Now it's time to enjoy the inner beauty of Gibraltar as we head down to the lower level. The Plaza de Armas, literally translated as Weapons Square, served much like the parade grounds you'd find on modern military bases. Under Muslim occupation, it contained a mosque, barracks, and stables. Following the Christian conquest, troops trained here, artillery was stored here, and the plaza became the center of daily military activity. After our long, hot afternoon touring the castle, we were ready to cool down with an ice-cold beer. Luckily, this cafe was put in during the final renovation in the 90s. Don't leave Gibraltar without taking a few minutes to visit Centro de Interpretación, a museum housed in the castle's old munitions storage building. Though small, it has a nice collection of interesting artifacts, uniforms, and weapons. Our tour of Alcazaba and Gibraltar Castle. I'm probably butchering that, but I'm doing my best. My Spanish isn't great. What a fantastic way to spend a day. What'd you think of the hike up?
It was a lot. You definitely have to make a lot of stops, or at least I do.
Getting to Alcazaba is not an issue. That's right. It's right there. It's right almost at street level. Getting up to Gibraltar Castle, however, it's a lot of uphill.
Yeah.
You can take a bus if you can't do the walk. So don't be afraid of the hike because it's worth taking the bus up to see this because it is simply magnificent.
It is really nice.
Fantastic audio tour available for both locations. and highly recommend just having your phone with you, some earbuds, and listening to it because it's very informative. Almost everything that I told you during this video I got from that audio tour. And that's about it. Anything else you want to
That's it.
add?
No.
Highly recommend, if you go to Malaga, you have to go see these two locations. Thanks for joining us on our tour of Gibralfaro Castle. If you haven't seen our Alcazaba tour, click the video on your screen. And as always, don't forget to like this video, put your guess for the secret word in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you again soon.